When buying a car, reliability is key, and nobody wants to deal with constant breakdowns. Some vehicles, despite looking great on the outside, are notorious for failing early. In this list, we'll explore 10 cars that are highly likely to break down before reaching 40,000 miles, so you should avoid them at all costs. Number 1. Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler is known for its off-road abilities, but it has some downsides. One of the main problems is its poor fuel economy, meaning it uses more gas than other SUVs. The ride can also be uncomfortable because it's designed for tough terrains, making it bumpy on regular roads. Inside, the Wrangler is simple and functional, but it lacks luxury and can feel cramped, especially in the back seats. Its handling can be tricky, especially at high speeds or in windy conditions, due to its boxy shape. It's also more expensive to buy and maintain compared to other SUVs, and its resale value may not be as good. While it's great for off-roading, these downsides should be considered if you're thinking about getting a Jeep Wrangler. Number 2. Mitsubishi Mirage. The Mitsubishi Mirage is a cheap and affordable car, but it has some downsides. Its small engine doesn't provide much power, making it feel slow, especially on highways or going uphill. Inside, the materials feel cheap, and the cabin can be cramped, especially for taller people. The back seats might not be comfortable for adults. The car also lacks modern technology, like a large touchscreen or advanced safety features, making its infotainment system feel outdated. The ride can be bumpy and not very smooth on rough roads. Finally, the Mirage doesn't hold its value well, so you might not get much money back if you sell it later. While the Mirage is cheap and fuel efficient, these issues should be considered before buying. Number 3. Volkswagen Jetta. The Volkswagen Jetta is a popular sedan, but it has some problems. The ride can feel rough on bumpy roads because its suspension is stiff, making it less comfortable than some other cars. The back seats are tight for taller people, and the trunk space is smaller than other sedans. The base engine is not very powerful, so the car can feel slow when speeding up or overtaking. The infotainment system is modern, but can be slow and hard to use at times. Some people have also had issues with the Jetta's reliability, especially older models. If you're looking for a smooth ride, more space, better engine performance, or a more reliable car, these might be things to consider before buying the Jetta. Overall, while it has some good features, these downsides could be important to think about. Number 4. Nissan Frontier. The Nissan Frontier is a tough mid-sized truck, but it has some downsides. The inside feels old-fashioned with basic technology and materials that aren't as nice as newer trucks. The ride can be rough, especially on smooth roads, making it uncomfortable for passengers. The base engine is weak, and while the V6 offers more towing power, it's still not as strong as other trucks. The Frontier also doesn't have the best fuel economy, which means higher gas costs. It lacks some newer safety features like automatic emergency braking, which other trucks offer. The back seats are cramped, and the truck bed isn't as big as some competitors. While the Frontier is reliable, it doesn't have the space, comfort, or features that other trucks offer. These issues should be considered before buying the Nissan Frontier. It's a good truck, but not the best option for everyone. Number 5. Volvo XC60. The Volvo XC60 is a luxury SUV that offers a lot of great features, but it does have some disadvantages. One of the main downsides is its price. The XC60 tends to be more expensive than many other SUVs in its class, which could be an issue for those looking for a more affordable option. While the XC60 comes with a lot of advanced features, many of them come as optional extras, making it even more costly. Another disadvantage is the performance. The base engine is not as powerful as some competitors, and while there are stronger engine options available, they also come at a higher price. This means that those who want a more dynamic driving experience will have to spend more money. The XC60's infotainment system, although modern, can be a bit slow and hard to use. Some users have found that the touchscreen can be unresponsive at times, and it relies heavily on touch controls, which can be difficult to operate while driving. The interior is stylish and comfortable, but it can feel a little cramped, especially for taller passengers in the rear seats. The cargo space is also smaller compared to other SUVs in its category, which could be a problem if you need more room for your things. Finally, the XC60's ride quality can feel a bit firm, especially if you go for the larger wheels, which might make it less comfortable on rough or uneven roads. Overall, the Volvo XC60 is a great choice for those who value safety, luxury, and style. But its high price, underwhelming performance, small interior, and firm ride quality are important factors to keep in mind when considering it as an option. Number 6. Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue is a popular compact SUV, but it has a few drawbacks that should be considered. One major issue is the engine performance. While it is fuel efficient, the 4-cylinder engine can feel underpowered, especially when accelerating quickly or merging onto highways, which might be a concern for drivers looking for more power. Additionally, the Rogue tends to be more expensive than other SUVs in its class, particularly when you opt for higher trims with extra features, making it less appealing to those on a budget. The back seats, although comfortable, can be a bit cramped, especially for taller passengers, which could make long trips less enjoyable for those sitting in the rear. Visibility from the back seat is also somewhat limited, making it harder to see the surroundings. The infotainment system, while user-friendly, can be slow at times and not as responsive as other systems found in competing vehicles, which can be frustrating. While the Rogue offers good cargo space, it's not as roomy as some rivals, which could be a downside for those needing more storage room. Overall, while the Nissan Rogue has many attractive features, these disadvantages should be kept in mind before deciding to purchase it. Number 7. Ford Bronco Sport. The Ford Bronco Sport is a great small SUV for off-roading, but it has some downsides. The base engine, while good on gas, isn't powerful enough for things like towing or fast acceleration. If you want more power, you'll have to pay extra for a bigger engine. The ride can also feel rough on regular roads, which might be uncomfortable for long trips. The inside of the car is functional, but doesn't feel as fancy or high quality as other cars in the same price range. The cargo space is okay for smaller items, but lacks room for bigger luggage or gear. The tech features are good, but the system can be slow and hard to use at times. Fuel economy is decent, but not the best compared to other compact SUVs, and the price can get high with extra options. Overall, the Bronco Sport is great for off-roading, but may not be the best choice if you're looking for a more comfortable ride, better space, or better fuel efficiency. Number 8. Volkswagen Taos. The Volkswagen Taos is a small SUV with a stylish look and modern features, but it has some downsides. The engine, while okay, can feel slow, especially when speeding up or driving on highways, which might not be great for people who need more power. The cargo space is also smaller than some other SUVs, making it harder to store big items. The back seats may feel cramped for taller passengers, making long trips uncomfortable. The inside looks nice but doesn't feel as fancy as some other cars in its class, and the infotainment system can be slow or unresponsive at times. The ride can be a bit rough on bumpy roads, which might make long drives less enjoyable. While the Taos is good on gas, there are other small SUVs that offer better fuel economy. Finally, the price can be higher than other similar cars, which may not be ideal for people on a budget. Overall, the Taos has great features but might not be the best choice because of its slow engine, small cargo space, less fancy interior, rough ride, and higher price. Number 9. Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. The Jeep Grand Cherokee 4x is a hybrid SUV that offers off-road ability and eco-friendly technology, but it has some downsides. One of the main problems is its high price, which is much more expensive than regular Grand Cherokee models. Its electric-only range is also limited, so you'll need to charge it more often if you want to use it on electric power alone. Charging can take a long time, especially if you're using a regular home outlet. The fuel efficiency isn't as good as other hybrids, which could be a downside for people who want a more eco-friendly vehicle. The ride can also be less comfortable on rough roads due to its heavy battery. While it's great for off-roading, its larger size can make it hard to park or maneuver in tight spots. The interior might feel a bit cramped, especially in the back seats and cargo space. Finally, the tech features can be a bit complicated to use. Overall, the Grand Cherokee 4xe is a good choice for off-road fans who want a hybrid, but its high price, limited electric range, lower fuel efficiency, heavy build, and smaller interior might not be ideal for everyone. Number 10. Jaguar F-Pace. The Jaguar F-Pace is a luxury SUV that looks great and performs well, but it has some downsides. One big issue is its high price, which might be too much for people on a budget. The fuel economy isn't very good either, so it uses more gas than some other luxury SUVs. The ride can be a bit rough, especially on bumpy roads, making long trips less comfortable. The F-Pace also has less cargo space than some competitors, so it might not be ideal for those who need a lot of storage. The back seats are comfortable but not as roomy as some other luxury SUVs, especially for taller passengers. The infotainment system can be slow and hard to use at times, which could be frustrating for drivers. Lastly, while the F-Pace has many safety features, some of them are only available in the higher trims, meaning you'll have to pay more to get all the tech you want. Overall, while the Jaguar F-Pace is a stylish and high-performing SUV, its high price, poor fuel economy, rough ride, small cargo space, cramped back seats, and sometimes difficult tech might not be the best fit for everyone. Choosing the right car can save you from a lot of frustration and expensive repairs. By avoiding these 10 models that are known for breaking down early, you'll be able to enjoy a smoother and more reliable driving experience. Make sure to do your research and drive with confidence.